A warm welcome to Diplomatic Channel. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amarachi Ubani. This week, we're looking closely into Nigeria's security challenges from the outside in. And here's what I mean. A couple of weeks ago, the Ministry of Defense announced they were partnering with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission to create a database for Nigerians in the diaspora with security expertise in order to harness their knowledge towards effectively curbing the nation's security challenges. So this week, we're speaking to Dr. Charles Chukwunaru, an expert in conflict management, international relations and law, about the help Nigeria can receive from the diaspora and his views on the nation's security challenges being in the diaspora himself. He'll be joining us from Calgary in Canada. Later on in the program, Nigeria's Consul General in New York, Mr. Ben Okoyen, will be leaving this month for his next assignment in Cuba. We'll speak to him on his experience working at the consulate, attending to issues concerning Nigerians living in the United States. That's Diplomatic Channel in a wrap. Let's check in on those other discussions in diplomatic circles, and we'll be right back.
European Council President Charles Michel made a visit to Libya to support the new unity government. He was welcomed by the country's Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibeh and Foreign Minister Naila El Magnouche, and held a meeting with the President of the Presidential Council of Libya, Mohamed Al-Menfi. Mr. Michel stressed the readiness of the European Union to provide all forms of support to the national unity government to enhance stability in the country and hold elections. Dbeibeh praised the role played by the European Union in supporting the security and stability of Libya. Foreign ministers from Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia on Sunday held talks in Kinshasa in the hopes of resolving their disputes over Ethiopia's Renaissance Dam, with President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, calling for the establishment of a possible model for regional cooperation based on the principle of mutual interest. Both Egypt and Sudan lie downstream from the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which Addis Ababa says is crucial to its economic development. Ethiopia, which says it has every right to use the Nile waters long exploited by Egypt, started filling the reservoir behind the dam last summer, after Egypt and Sudan failed to secure legally binding agreement on how the dam will be operated. Jordan's Deputy Prime Minister Ayman Safadi says King Abdullah's half-brother and former Crown Prince, Prince Hamza, liaised with foreign parties over a plot to destabilize the country and had been under investigation for some time. On Saturday, the military said it had issued a warning to the prince over actions targeting security and stability in the kingdom. Prince Hamza later said he was under house arrest. Several high-profile figures were detained. Finally, staff from the Chinese embassy in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea on Sunday held a ceremony in Pyongyang to commemorate the martyrs of the People's Volunteer Army of China. Sunday marked the traditional Qingming Festival, or the Chinese Memorial Day, also known as Tomb Sweeping Day. Chinese ambassador to the DPRK, Li Jingjun, led staff members in laying a flower basket at the foot of the Friendship Tower in downtown Pyongyang. The tower was established in 1959 by then DPRK leader Kim Il-sung.
Welcome back. It's no news. Nigeria is dealing with a lot regarding security of lives and property. There is kidnapping, banditry, attacks on farmers. Added to that is the regular insurgency from the Boko Haram. There have been several Security Council meetings during which the president has given service chiefs an ultimatum on ending the insurgency in the northeast. He's also changed service chiefs who have promised to put an end to the banditry and the kidnappings that are becoming rampant due to the president's charge. Nigeria is expecting the first of 12 A-29 Super Tucano light attack combat and reconnaissance aircrafts by the middle of the year. So where does the diaspora come in? Dr. Charles Chukwunari is an expert in conflict management, international relations and law. He joins me now from Calgary in Canada. Dr. Chukwunari, thank you for joining us on Diplomatic Channel.
Thank you, Amarachi. Thank you for having me.
Let's just, probe your mind a bit. Why do you think Nigeria has the problem of insecurity?
Well, the problem of insecurity in Nigeria has always been there, right from the early days of independence. The problem is basically the problem with the Constitution. We are not well organized. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1963, was suspended by Major General Agui Ironsi with the Decree number 34 of 1966. From that time up to now, we are running a country without a constitution. The 1979 and 1999 National Working Document cannot be referred to as a constitution. You cannot decree a constitution. That is Abdul Salami's constitution. It is not the constitution of Nigeria. And that is why when you look at it, it's a fake document. It cannot give us peace. How can you have 68 items in the exclusive federal list, in a federal system of government? How? Has it ever happened anywhere? It's a joke. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You have about 12 items in the concurrent list, 12 in a federation. Come on, that's a unitary government. Okay, now let's relate that to insecurity. I will come back to the constitution again. Every crime is local. These insurgencies, in fact, Boko Haram cannot succeed without the active participation of the local communities where they operate. It's not possible. Our people are not sufficiently mobilized. The 1999 National Working Document, which you guys refer to as a constitution, cannot sufficiently mobilize Nigerian citizens for citizenship. There is a lack of clear-cut collective national ideological consciousness. There is no Nigerian. The Boko Haram troops in the northeast probably enjoy more support of the local people there than the Nigerian army.
The group behind the insurgency has been technically defeated, according to President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. That's one of the first things they said when they got into government, that Boko Haram has been technically defeated. Still trying to get understanding on that anyway. But is the problem of insecurity really beyond Nigeria? Because for a fight that's taken this long, it would suppose that there should have been some progress made. So do you think there has been progress, and do you think that this fight is beyond any administration?
Well, that's a million-dollar question. But I have to tell us the truth. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we don't tell ourselves the truth. We pretend a lot. It's beyond Nigeria. Simple. What Nigeria needs right now is a multi-dimensional peace support operation to be deployed immediately.
The diaspora, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is partnering with the Ministry of Defense, and they want people like yourself who have expertise in security to pitch in. So what is your advice to the government when it concerns security on how to deal with the present issues that we have, which is, and I repeat, Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, kidnappings that have become rampant?
It's very simple, my dear. The government has failed. What we need now is second and third track diplomacy. We need
with who?
The professionals. So in a second track diplomacy right now.
With who?
NGOs. leaders of thought, opinion leaders. Sorry?
No, you're saying second track diplomacy. I'm asking with who? Who are we doing this diplomacy with?
No,
Because
among the
you're talking,
nationalities in
we're talking
Nigeria,
about locals.
among the nationalities, let's tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria is made up of ethnic nationalities. And right now there is mistrust. That is the bane. Every insurgency has a local, a cultural milieu. If the people of Borno want that insurgency to stop, give them allow them to organize themselves. They will stop it. Let it devolve power. I want a Nigeria where people who are agitating for independent people of Biafra will achieve it within Nigeria. All they're asking for is self-autonomy. Give the people self-autonomy. Give the nationalities self-autonomy. Is that a difficult thing to do?
That is not the
issue.
But that is not the issue we're discussing here. We're not discussing Biafra. We're discussing Nigeria's present reality,
I'm
which
using
is
it as a case
Boko
study.
Haram.
I'm using
Yes,
it as a case
but
study. The same thing applies to the
could you please stick to the talking points? Boko Haram insurgency, kidnappings, and banditry. How do we solve them? You're an expert.
It's very simple, right? Allow local and state police. The military should go back to the barracks. In fact, we don't even have military anymore. They are behaving like policemen. Why you have turned our military men into policemen? What if Nigeria suffer? In fact, I don't even understand. The military institution has
you're saying the military should pull out of the northeast where there is insurgency, where people die every day, where you've had thousands of people who are homeless and who have been displaced?
No, that's not what I mean. Yeah, see what I mean, right?
Okay.
It should be an articulated process. Okay, there should be immediate constitutional amendment granting leaving police should be a concurrent matter. There should be state police, there should be local government police. They should sufficiently mobilize their people. The people should be behind their police. It is the Nigerian police, not the people's police. Let us have the people's police at the local government, at the state level. They can deal with the insurgencies. They can deal with it. Everybody, like in my village, if you make me the DPO of my village, no crime will be unsolved because we know who is who. And you cannot come to my village and commit a crime without the active connivance of the people in my village. We will trace where it is coming from and we'll deal with it. You don't bring a man from Sokoto to come and be DPO in my village. Does he even understand the language?
Dr. Chukwunaro, I'm not sure we're talking about the same things here because I'm repeating.
No, see, we're talking about how we can solve the problem
over these other issues which are not even related to what we're talking about. But thank you again Thank you again.
Sorry, Amarachi, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we are shying away from the truth. I am addressing the problem at the foundation, not the symptoms. The people, let there be state and local government police. Let the military withdraw. Let the people police themselves. There should be state police.
This is an immediate solution. You're proffering an immediate solution to the problem of banditry.
I already offered immediate solution. You see, where there is social economic.
Could you repeat it again? What were the immediate solutions? What were the immediate solutions? Just very quickly.
The immediate solution, if you remember, I told you that we need a multi-dimensional peace support operation in Nigeria right now. That will create the environment. Sorry?
I asked you to give examples.
No, example of a multi-dimensional peace support operation, like if the African Union can invite, of course, I know I don't want to go through the process because it's going to take us time. We can invite the international governmental organizations to help us. It is done under the responsibility to protect.
Well,
people are dying in Nigeria. I don't know how many people we want to die before we seek for help.
The Nigerian government has reached out. We're partnering with several international organizations as well as other countries to fight insurgency in the country. Thank you again, Dr. Charles Chukwunaro. I'm sure we'll be speaking about this again. Thank you once again for speaking to me on Diplomatic Channel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
When we come back after the break, our conversation with Ambassador Ben Okoyeng as he prepares to move on to his next assignment. Stay with us. Mr. Ben Okoyeng has had quite the experience working in government. He was once special assistant to the president on protocol. He also served as a protocol liaison officer to the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from 2008 to 2010. He's also taken up a number of positions in the Bayelsa state government. In my conversation with him, he talks about why the consulate has been pretty successful under his leadership. Joining us now is Nigeria's outgoing Consul General to New York, Ambassador Ben Okoyeng. Ambassador, thank you for joining me on Diplomatic Channel.
Thank you very much for having me.
How long did you serve as Consul General to New York? It just seemed like a really short time.
I've been here about 3 years now. I assumed duty as the Consul General of Nigeria in New York in June 2018 till date.
Okay, and how would you describe your time there?
So far, my stay has been very, very eventful and engaging. And as we continue to discover new frontiers that are open and for Nigeria and the Nigerians.
Incidentally, I have spoken to some Nigerians who have had the opportunity of visiting the consulate, and there have been no reports of irregularities at the consulate. And to your credit, I should say, what would you attribute this to?
Well, we identified the problems from the beginning when I arrived, and the challenges we see on ground were opportunities for us to serve our nationals even better. Because we engage them, we agree on how we could do certain things, because we constantly consult the same Nigerians we need to serve and the public. So we're very open to Nigerians and the public. So the open door policy allowed Nigerians to walk into the consulate freely and get information or find a solution to their problems. This is part of the reason I feel that because they trust us, they have no reason to fight against us, and there was no need to do that also. We also ensure that the processes we put in place for them to access these services were simplified. And again, we made Nigerians our priority. These are part of the issues that I think made us to succeed the way we have done.
Yeah, and alongside, the praises for the consulate in New York are complaints by some people about the response time from the consulate and the inability to get prompt response on the website real time. They also complain about visa applications, the status of visa applications not being updated on the website.
Well, talking about that, nobody is interested in deliberately punishing our nationals while doing our services. Unfortunately, a few Nigerians most times do not want to follow the due process and believe that they can always have their ways at all costs, particularly regarding passport and visa applications. There were also challenges in providing some of these services, I must say, as fast as the way we should have done. But however, things are been improving generally. We are simplifying all of these processes, like I mentioned earlier. And Nigerians also need to understand how things are designed to serve them and be patient to follow these rules. And some of them need to also learn how to look at our website, how the rules are being stated. So once they are able to do all of this, they find out that the things are simple there. Just little patience, they will be able to follow through the processes and they will serve them better.
What do you make of some of the allegations coming from the Atlanta consulate about cases of bribery and a few irregularities happening over there? I think the reports finally got to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which debunked some of these allegations. But for many of the Nigerians who live there and who have to visit the
Atlanta consulate, they did have some genuine concerns about the place.
Well, the Atlanta issue is something that is uncalled for, and the ministry, luckily, Ministry of Foreign Affairs has addressed the issues, especially regarding the restoration of administrative fees, charges, and consular matters. We want to really reassure our nationals that our missions will continue to render quality services, but we want to advise that we continue to follow laid down rules and regulations and guidelines, in providing these services. The missions will always try their best in trying to serve them, but there's no point to be suspicious of whatever they are doing, particularly when they are genuine doing their services, because the similar problems are occurring in missions because those who are coming for these services believe differently, and they have anxiety, they have reasons to wanting to have their services immediately, and maybe the services at that particular point in time, it's not possible to handle those what they want. So it tends to cause a lot of friction, which is very, very unnecessary. This is the only way we can serve them if they also understand what is being done for them and follow those processes.
Now, I have heard reports, from people saying they don't know the official website for the consulate. There's still a lot of confusion, especially about where to go. I think where you make the visa applications is different from, where you have to follow up the process and so on. Just for the sake of clarity, could you just explain, what the website is, what you could find on that, and, if there are other links, that people should know about?
Well, the official website of the consulate is www.nigeriahouse.com. Once you link into this website, it depends on what service you are looking for. If it is an immigration service, it takes you straight to the immigration website. There's no confusion there. But most times people prefer to make call, they want to come physically, want to ask what is to be done and all that. They're a little patient going through this website. Things are simplified and clear there. And we have a Twitter handle, Twitter at house_New York. We also have a Facebook page, Nigeria House New York. So all of these things link them to our services, and our information is out there. We are also we have an open door policy, so it's not difficult to find out what is being done.
And now that you're leaving the consulate, Ambassador, what kind of legacy do you think you're leaving behind?
Well, I think I'm not in the best position to assess myself, but one thing that I can say is that I and my team of officers have always strived to simplify and deliver improved quality services to Nigerians and non-Nigerians alike. Like I said earlier, we have been very open to Nigerians and in doing our work in New York. Generally, things have improved. We have improved the work environment and upgraded facilities to provide more more comfort to the visitors to the consulate. It is also our desire to continue to make passport and visa application processes as less cumbersome as possible.
Ambassador Koeng, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and we intend to follow you on your journey in Cuba, so we'll still be in touch. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Before we go, we'd like to say our goodbyes to one of our resource persons here on Diplomatic Channel, Mr. Innocent Chukwuma, the head of Ford Foundation West Africa, who passed away on Saturday evening. He'd been battling acute myeloid leukemia. We pray strength for his family at this time and for his soul to rest in peace. That's the program today. I'm Amarachi Ubani. Thanks for watching.